All right, so Tony, again, with HVAC TV at Tigerflow, we're going to talk about VMS pumps.
Correct.
Which stands for vertical multi-stage pumps.
Yes, sir.
And I know that not from experience, just because I looked it up before I came here, because I wasn't sure what it meant. I have never used vertical multi-stage pumps that I'm aware of. I'm sure I've seen them in the field and been like, what are those things? I don't really understand them. So we're going to walk through what I think we're looking at here is there would typically be a motor up here.
Yes, that's correct.
And then this is where the coupler is.
Yes.
And then the impellers in this case are in this area here. Water comes in one way and it gets pressurized and it goes out the other way.
Correct.
But you're going to show us how that happens because you've got some tools here.
Yes.
Okay. Did I get some of that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not 99% of it.
I'll take that.
So this is a Tigerflow vertical multi-stage pump.
Yep.
All of our wetted components are 316 or 304, depending on the application.
That's stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
Okay.
Which means there's no cast iron that's physically touching the water as it processes through your system.
Wow. Okay. Is that because of the typical types of applications for this? You would use it for potable water, or?
It is easier to manufacture a pump one way and have it to where it'll fit any application and just use 2 materials versus 3 or 4 materials and having to keep multiple components on the shelf. It increases your cost overhead-wise.
Sure. I got
Which it increases your cost to a customer.
Got it. I didn't know that. It's good to know.
So I've already had this one disassembled a little bit.
So we've got the motor we've taken off already.
The motor's off. I've got the coupling laying over here to the side that would hold the motor on.
I'm going to get this bowl here if you trust me.
Not a problem.
I did it, Casey. Got a bolt off.
Oh. So once you remove all of those, and after these have been sitting up for a little while,
More pre-engineered cap there.
yes,
Got it.
that's the motors. That's what we call the motor stool. That's what attaches your motor to your pump.
Okay. The piece we just took off.
Correct.
Got it.
Next step, if everything was tight, you would loosen up the 3 set screws on your mechanical seal, which is this component right here.
That's the seal right there?
That's the seal right there. That's what keeps the water inside the pump instead of spraying out everywhere.
Because the pump has a shaft on it that spins, and then there's a coupler that connects the two.
Yes.
This right here spins the impellers, which we're going to look at in a minute.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
correct. And again,
Getting a real life demo here.
there is no easy way to get them apart.
This is not AI. This is the real deal.
Correct. So there's the inside portion of your mechanical seal,
Okay.
and this is what we call a pump head.
Got it.
This has an O-ring on it, EPDM that seals between the outer casing and the pump head. There's also another one in the base.
Got it.
I've never taken one apart that far unless I had to.
Right.
This is what you call a stack kit. It comprises of, this one has 6 impellers and 6 diffusers.
Sorry. That's all right.
Well, where's the water would come in through this side of the pump.
Okay.
Actually, I said that wrong. I apologize. In through this side, up through the center of the base.
Got it. And we'll zoom in on that in a minute. Here.
Okay.
You leave that there.
All right. Comes up through the center of the base
Which is right here.
into the impeller stack, which is sitting right over the top of it.
Got it.
So,
As each impeller spins up, it is increasing the pressure through each stage until it maxes out at whatever that specific
So it's stepping it up. That's the purpose of the multi-stage,
Correct.
right? So these pumps are, I looked at, your catalog has some great pump curves.
Yes.
Which are very spiky. They're different than typical pump curves. So
Oh, yeah.
So I think I saw one, was it 500 feet ahead? Did I get that right? Does that sound right? Or
There's a couple of them in there that get up to 750, I believe. Wow.
okay. So in the basement of a high rise would probably be a good application for this product.
Correct.
Got it. city water's coming in. There's no way it has enough pressure to get to the top. So you're using this pump to get it up to some kind of tank
Yes,
up top, and then that feeds down as it is required
correct.
by the building. Got it. Okay.
So,
Is that typical about how many impellers you'd have? System
we
like that?
range anywhere from 2 impellers up to, I believe, 23 impellers on this size pump.
Wow.
We don't stock every one of them, but we can build all of them.
Right.
So,
I saw you had a bunch out in the warehouse there. Are those made to order? Or are they just stock sitting there for when someone needs them, or a little bit of both?
those that were pre-built in our pump shop are for pending orders that are already in-house.
Gotcha.
So, every pump is going to have an impeller like this. I've got a smaller version of it out.
You could come in and zoom in on this part. It'd be good to see while we're holding it here.
This is off of a smaller pump, but it's the same exact
Wow,
pump.
look at that. That's crazy.
So this one's off of a 3 series pump, and this pump is a 10 series pump.
Got it. So the impeller is very narrow,
Correct.
very thin. I had no idea.
And they get thicker as your flow rate increases. This one is off of a 32 series pump. And then you go up, you got a 45, 42, 65, 85. Each one of them, the gap in between the impeller steps up with each one.
I love it. So how does the water get, so the water goes in here, and then it
The water
shoots
goes
out
in here,
the edges.
slings out to the edge. It goes underneath this lip that's right here.
Got it. And then
And
into the next stage.
That one feeds into the next one.
And
I forgot.
on and so
Correct.
forth.
I forgot to grab the wrench that goes to that
That's good. I get
But
it.
there's a close-up of what the inside of that gap looks like on that intermediate piece. And those rotate around just like the impellers do.
So how does it stage up and stage down?
So the way this would typically work, we would have it operating off of a VFD, and it would come on based on pressure. Like, let's say if they wanted 100 PSI. At 92, 90 PSI, the pumps would kick on. They would ramp up until they hit the 100 PSI. If one pump couldn't maintain it, a second pump would come on to assist until it maintained the 100 PSI.
Nice.
And then at that point, it just, with the VFD, ramps up and down, does its thing. Once it's satisfied to where one pump can shut off, it'll shut off one, and your other pump takes over and does what it's supposed to do until it maintains by itself.
Excellent. Well, great. Well, thank you, John. This was a great demo. I love putting the hands on the stuff and seeing inside of it. It's a big help.
Not a problem.